When people say they play nines, they mean they play guitar strings with the first string gauge being 9/1000ths of an inch. Typically, the rest of the set from highest string to the lowest string is 11, 16, 24, 32, and then 42. This combination of gauges is usually called superlight and is used by beginner guitarists to make pressing down on strings much easier, or by lead guitarists who want an easier set of strings to bend. This is a set that is commonly made by most guitar string manufacturers, with little to no variation of the gauges among them. If you pay attention to the feel of the strings, you may notice that the B string is a bit too loose. Now, a loose feel may be the point of this set, but compared to the high E and G strings, it has less tension. Let's compare the gauges of a standard set of 9s with a standard set of 10s. On the G and the high E string, we can see that the 9 and 16 are 1 gauge less than the 10 and 17. But on the B string, the 11 is 2 less than 13. If we were to place the 11 with a 12, we would have a bit more of a balanced set. In fact, it would be even more balanced if the 16 were replaced with a 15, despite 15 being 2 less than 17. Luckily, there are a few string manufacturers that have picked up on this issue and have made balanced tension sets. String sets like this attempt to distribute the tension as evenly as possible across all the strings. However, the more ideal solution is to have more tension on the lower strings. This balanced tension set from D'Addario subtracts each wound string by 2, but in order to have more tension on the lower strings, they shouldn't be changed at all. If you're playing bar chords like, say, an F major, the even tension of the plain strings is easier on the fingers, and having less tension on the plain strings allows your index finger to just simply rest on the strings without having to use too much pressure. In fact, the higher tension of the lower strings means the majority of the pressure is used by your fingertips. On a standard set of 9s, you can almost tell the 11 is too loose just by looking at the gauge numbers and considering the differences between them. The gauge increases by 2, and then 5. No other string set has intervals like this, but if we look at the plain strings of a balanced set, 9, 12, and 15, we can see a pattern. Each string is 3 more than the last. This pattern only applies to the plain strings, however, because as you go up in gauge and lower in notes, the numerical intervals between the strings must increase. The A string on a standard set, which is a 32, is 8 more than 24, the D string, but the E string is 10 more than the A string. In conclusion, I believe a standard set of 9 should be 9, 12, 15, 24, 32, 42. This creates even tension across the plain strings while keeping extra tension on the lower strings, making bar chords much easier to play. One way you can make this set is by getting individual strings from sites like JustStrings or Strings by Mail. These sites sell individual strings from a few guitar string manufacturers, so that you can build the string set with the company of your choice. You can also get this specific set from Stringjoy, or even customize different gauge combinations any way you want. Curt Mangan is another option, and gives you 4 packs at a time. Just to clarify, I'm not sponsored by any of these sites or manufacturers. Now you might be thinking, well, so what? I've played 9s for years and it's never been a problem for me. Well, maybe it's not a problem for you, but if you try a balanced tension set, you'll probably like it better than regular 9s. That being said, if regular 9s are working just fine for you, then you can keep on using them. Now I'd like to hear what you guys think. Do you use regular 9s? Do you prefer a balanced tension set? Is there a way we can convince the guitar string manufacturers to change the standard set of 9s to a set like this? If there are any more topics you want me to cover about guitar strings, post a comment about that too. If you found this video informative, give it a like. And if you want to see more videos like this, as well as some videos where I test out certain guitar string sets, be sure to subscribe. And thanks for watching.